give another round of applause to our wonderful moderator, Thank you so much. Please give us a moment to transition to the next part of our program where we will feature some of our outstanding North Chicago Community High School students. Okay, now that we've got all of our kids ready with Mrs. Young, it is now time for us to meet Dr. Brockman. So Dr. Brockman, would you please come up and have a few words?
Sure. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you very much for coming to North Chicago Community High School and Studio 187. We are very happy to have you here. This is a very important event. I have been in this district long enough to know what it was like before we had the independent authority and now see this transition. And since I teach AP government, this is a great experience for our students that are here, some of which are in my AP government class. And the rest of them are with Ms. Trumpus over here, who is also our advisor for student council. So thank you very much and enjoy the conversation that we're going to have with our students.
Okay. All right, thank you, Dr. Brockman. Dr. Brockman teaches our AP US government classes, and Ms. Trumpus sponsors, as he said, the student council. They both supported the students to serve as co-hosts of tonight's events, and we do want to thank you so much. Let's give those teachers and Dr. Brockman. Okay, Mrs. Young, you will be asked before you ask your first question, can you please have the students tell us their names and what grades they are in? Thank you.
My name is Jose Vences, and I'm a senior at North Chicago Community High School.
My name is Colossal Adam, and I'm a junior. My name is Ariana Villegas, and I am a sophomore.
My name is Christopher Garcia, and I am a sophomore.
Okay. Mrs. Young will ask them some questions, and hopefully they will have a nice back and forth conversation. So don't be afraid to talk. Just when she asks you the question, just give her the answer. And also the students, we're hoping that they will be able to talk with each other for about 15 minutes, but not more than a half hour. So enjoy.
So first question that I have, I don't know if I already know about this one, but okay, so it's been a while since I've been in high school. What would you like the potential school board members to know about your experiences at North Chicago Community High School?
I'll start us off with this one. I think I've had a quite pleasant experience at North Chicago Community High School. I remember being nervous my freshman year, not knowing what to expect. But now, knowing the connections I made with teachers who are really devoted, like Dr. Brockman and Ms. Trumpus, even though I didn't take her class, being a part of her student council has been a pleasure and a great opportunity. So just building these relationships with teachers and staff kind of shows how close of a knit this community is and the school is in its entirety.
Anyone else want to share?
My experience has been pretty well. I would say as well, during freshman year, I was kind of iffy about it. I was scared, didn't really know that many people. But joining clubs and stuff, it really gave me a sense of community. And like he said, North Chicago is it's a tight-knit community. And yeah, through that I made friends and stuff.
What are some other things that you most enjoy learning?
In my opinion, the thing that I enjoy to learn the most is English, and I have liked this subject for a long time now, and I feel like right now with my teachers that I have, they are very helpful with my pronunciation and my grammar, because since I grew up learning 2 different languages at a time. I feel like with having teachers that speak English and Spanish can help me both.
For me, it's mostly everything. I mean, it's great, the experiences and the connections that I've made throughout the years, and it's the teachers. It's great, honestly. North Chicago, for me, honestly, it's just beautiful, and I wish it will continue like this going forward on.
Is there anything different that you wish was different?
Sometimes I kind of wish that we had a different rule for like the bathroom because like they lock up the bathrooms and sometimes I really have emergencies that need to get taken care of. So I feel like if our bathrooms weren't locked up all the time, I would feel more comfortable with asking to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Next question. Do you feel like you are being prepared for life after high school?
I'd say like as of recently too, I would feel that I'm being very prepared for high school when it comes in terms of like college. I know as of recently I have been slacking on applications like the FAFSA, but we have great resources here in my opinion. And with Ms. Forstek, she had helped me get through the FAFSA, also Mr. Kendall, and also just prepared me, made me be realistic about deadlines. And I think I'd like to note about something else is as much as we have great resources for school after school, whether it be like going to a 4-year institution, going to a trade school, or just going to COC or community college, I think we could use a little bit more resources when it comes to life skills in general, or life after high school. We know a lot about how to like engage in school, but I think we could learn very like simple skills, as simple as like, you know, filing your taxes. I'm 18, I didn't know I was supposed to file taxes when I turned 18. So I think going that route and maybe adding more like life skill classes would be a great resource for students here in North Chicago.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I agree. I would say more like life skill classes as well, and also through this high school we have a dual credit program, and from that program, like I realized like college level classes are really rigorous, and I feel like the classes at the high school could really use that, especially for us planning to go to a 4-year institution, because like from that experience taking critical thinking at COC, it really taught me that I gotta work on like time management and stuff like that. So yeah.
Another question is, what are some of your favorite activities or clubs at school? And why do you enjoy them?
An activity that I really like would be cheer or soccer. And I'm not saying I'm the best at it because I'm not, but it's the environment because you may not be good at it, but the people, they encourage you to do better. And if they tell you something, they do it because they genuinely want you to get better, not because they're hating on you or anything. And I feel like that just like makes me feel more comfortable with trying out new things.
A club for me will be study council. I like the way that I can share my ideas and show my leadership skills on helping other students to see expectations and finding new ways to communicate to their teachers. Also, it helps me communicate with teachers to gain trust and feel how time management can actually be produced.
And then I'm going to jump in here because I'm going to give you guys a story. I can tell you that for when I was here, I played softball. We won one game. I still have the ball somewhere. My husband threw it. But it was the best because it also teaches you teamwork and other things. So you don't necessarily have to win it or be great at it. There's other things that you're going to learn as you're doing it. I'm just going to throw it in there. Okay. what are some of your thoughts on the current school policies and procedures? Is there anything that you would change or add with your current school policy?
I think one that a lot of the students here at North Chicago Community High School hold like very close to them is kind of how they talk about like the bathroom situation. And going a little bit more into specific, it's like the substance abuse that is present. As much as it's a topic that not a lot of people like to talk about, because it's not something to be proud of, it's something that has to be talked about. Especially like vaping in specific, the bathrooms are only getting locked because of, aside from like skipping class, is the vaping. And like, you know, I kind of dread going every time to the bathroom and smelling mango, fruit punch, raspberry blast all over the air. Yeah, I'd rather just go at home. So I think just revisiting that policy and maybe revising it in a way so that students can feel comfortable asking to go to the bathroom and not feeling like they're constantly being watched, but having a better system in place that controls like, you know, those substances that shouldn't be in a school environment at all.
I feel like something that could help with the vaping problems and stuff like that would be not policing students as much. Because when the first thing we get into the building, we have to go through security checks. And I feel like that does more harm than good, because if I was a student and I was vaping, like, I'm gonna just find ways to sneak stuff in instead of like actually, like, I feel like the problem is bigger than that. And I feel like that's something that the school doesn't see, because like if you present the student with like mental health support services and stuff like that, the problem wouldn't be as bad.
Like as soon as the trust city first.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
so you need to come in with the trust factor first.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
And to add to that, not only does it make like students more sneaky, but it also it sometimes causes other students to be late because of that, because there are so many bags piling up, so many like students piling up in the morning that some of us get late to class. So.
Let's see. Are there any future like wish list classes or courses that you would like to see for District 187 that are not currently here? You guys kind of touched on it a little bit before, but I want you guys to kind of stomp on that right
I can revisit this just like how I previously mentioned those life skills. I can't cook at all. Like I always have my younger brother cook for me because the best I can do is throw pizza rolls in the air fryer. That's about it. Like, you know, I never really learned those skills that I would have to know going into college and, you know, being independent and living my own life. So I guess getting some more life skills, you know, how to do your taxes, also broadening just different career opportunities in a way. I know for myself, for my PE teacher, he referees volleyball, and in that way he had got me that connection to referee middle school volleyball or just officiate any sport at all. And he's talked about a lot about having an officiating class in this school, because some students maybe doesn't want to be bagging fries at McDonald's, but they love the sport they play. So giving them that output and saying, you know, you can do this side hustle. It's a sport that you already enjoy and you love and you know the rules. So class will be easy for you. All you have to do is get that license. So adding classes like that kind of open different pathways for students would be great to see at this school.
Anyone else?
A class that I would like to see added would be AP Physics. I know we have an honors physics class, but I'm not sure if we have an AP Physics. And I know you already asked this question, but is there anything you would like to change? I would say the 50% grading policy at the school. And the reason why is because I feel like it does more harm than good, because it teaches students that things in life are given instead of earned. Like, I feel like it doesn't really benefit us if we're going to a 4-year institution. And yeah, I feel like it doesn't like make us accountable for doing classwork and stuff like that. Yeah.
I kind of want to jump into what Tawaso just said about the 50% like grading policy. You're right now, like I was considering not doing some assignments because I know they weren't really hurt my grade, and I'll still keep that A because not doing those assignments at 50%, I already have that there, and it's not really affecting my grade as much. So for like an AP or honor student like me or Tawaso, for that to become a habit, students who are like, taking regular classes, they might get into that habit or get into a worse habit of that and saying, well, I had to C or I had to B, if I don't do some of these assignments for it, I'll get a C. And it kind of like reinforces that behavior and those bad habits. And I know it was really tough for me to get out of that habit when I was like a freshman, sophomore. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight that more.
You ready? Okay.
Thank you guys so
I
much
was-
for,
Oh, sorry.
did you, no. Say your piece.
So I was gonna say like that policy also, it's not really fair because if I'm an 8th straight student, like, and you see all these other kids are not putting as much effort as you're putting in, like it kind of doesn't motivate you to be a better student as well.
Okay, thank you all so much. Let's hear it for our students. Okay, you may go back to your seats. Thank you. We want to thank them for their honest insight and their insightful comments. Thank you to Mrs. Trompas and Dr. Goffman. You all did a great job. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to share a few questions from members of the community. I will ask the questions. Do I have any from the
We're
community?
bringing you some. Does anyone want to add a question?
Did you get a card? And you will really answer. And while the cards are being handed out, I want to thank everyone in our community. This has been an awesome year. The district has been able to talk to our community for an entire year, so we've listened. And it's going to be one of those things, once the election comes, that you are going to be making the decisions with your new board. The board that is there now, the independent authority, there will still be 4 of us. But we are in transition with the 3 new elected members. I want to personally thank the District Financial Oversight Panel, the independent authority for their leadership throughout this campaign, and the district operations and tech teams for working to set up everything. The League of Women Voters for working to plan and moderate the forum, and to thank our moderator, Lynn Foss, Ms. Young for participating tonight, our wonderful students for co-hosting this event tonight, and sharing their wisdom with us. Also, thanks to the students from the Media Club for creating the video and additional students for providing childcare. And thanks to everyone for attending tonight and always stepping up for our kids. Please look for the video of tonight's program and the list of questions you generated on our website and on Facebook. Okay, I got some. Okay, let's see. The first question for Mrs. Young. How do you plan to excuse that District 187 remain financial solvent? To ensure that District 187 remain financially solvent?
Well, I think that the FOP still stays in place, so I think that still is there. So the board, part of it is still in place, but as far as the financial decisions, that is still going to be handled by FOP, so that still stays in place.
Okay. What is your plan to attract and retain highly qualified teachers?
That's working with the superintendent. As you all know, as far as with the board, your only employee is a superintendent. So that is working with the superintendent. I don't know if you guys realize, but my background is right now currently in HR. So I would be using that information to help. The superintendent was hopefully able to get more of individuals who look like our current students base and bring those folks in to help continue with making sure that we have highly qualified teachers here. But even from what I could see with even the students that were sitting here today, I am highly impressed. I think our teachers are doing a great job.
Okay, and our last question. We have 2 commendable schools in our district. What do you think is needed to move the other schools forward?
I think continue to do what we have been doing, and I actually had this conversation with Dr. Price. As we're looking at our public schools, and then we also have some charter schools that are currently in the district right now. I think to even consider moving some of those students in from our charter schools into the public schools, or even to consider that. What I heard at our last board meeting from those parents at the charter schools was that they are looking at how we are ranked up, what our English scores are and our math scores are. And as a parent, which I totally agree, and I know, they want to see our scores go up. So until we can bring those scores up, then I think we have more conversations with that, and with them feeling more comfortable bringing their students over into our realm of things. You're gonna have to, it's a continuous effort of looking at those things. But I think what's most important, as far as even with reading, if you're not making sure that our kids are able to read before the 4th grade, that's where we need to be focused in. So we have another potential preschool that we're looking to build, because we know that we're short there. We need to focus on educating our kids early on. They need to be able to read before the 4th grade. That needs to happen early on. Then we will start to see the improvement in our scores later on. But the focus needs to be on our younger kids.
Thank you so much, Ms. Young. And this concludes our forum. Again, we thank every one of you for coming tonight. We thank our students for participating and sponsoring. And of course, we thank our write-in candidate, Leonie Young. So congratulations on your